So I went to a Melee tournament this weekend, except I had a surprise for everybody when I sat down on stream, and this was their reaction. Even the commentators had something to say about it.
Yeah, I will say, do you think the GoPro's mental damage? Would you be more worried to play against the GoPro?
Yeah, it's the GoPro.
Ban it! Ban the controller!
He's got a macro and a GoPro.
Yeah, I went to a tournament and strapped a camera to my head. Let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Matt and I've been playing Smash for almost 10 years, so hit that subscribe button if you want to see more Melee on your homepage. Anyways, I went to a pretty stacked Melee tournament recently and it was a ton of fun. I got to hang out with friends, see some really cool sets, and I even got to commentate a money match between two players from my area.
It's really easy for Sheik to get a reversal on Falcon, and Falcon overshoots on recovery, so I think Slidey just being very cautious to make sure that doesn't happen. And we got a knee. Alright, and Slidey takes the lead for like the first time in this set.
But the biggest thing I wanted to do with this tournament was perform well. One of the things I really want to do by the end of the season is get power ranked. There are pretty much two things you need to do if you want to get power ranked. First, you need to make sure you don't lose too much to people who are unranked, and I'm doing pretty good in that category. I've played 49 sets this season and only lost 3 to people who have not been ranked. Secondly, you want to make sure that you have wins on people that are ranked. Going into this tournament, the only ranked wins that I had were 2 sets on Zimberfizz, a Samus main who's number 9th on our PR. Luckily for me, this tournament had a lot of ranked players in attendance, so I was hopeful that there would be another opportunity for me to put a ranked name under my belt. Now let's get into the tournament matches. My first round was against a Fox player named Sweatshorts. I've been practicing the Fox matchup a lot lately, and honestly this match was a pretty easy 2-0. When I'm playing these types of Foxes, I feel like I can really just sit back and let them come to me, and I feel like it's typically pretty easy to take my grabs and punishes very far. That being said, I always want to make sure I keep my guard up because that can change in an instant if the Fox starts to wake up. GG's Sweatshorts. Next up, I had to play Satchel. Satchel is a pretty good North Carolina Fox, who is a good solid jump up in skill level from the previous Fox that I played. That being said, considering the last time Satchel and I played, it was 2-0 in my favor, and I had already warmed up against Fox while playing Sweatshorts, I wasn't too nervous going into this game. And to top it all off, I started the set with an explosive 0 to death. I was feeling pretty good and the rest of the game went smoothly. I finished up 2-stocking Satchel. Game 2 started off pretty good. The Satchel definitely had some adaptation throughout the set. Things took a turn for the worse towards the end of the game when I tried to edgeguard Satchel and failed. It always sucks to have people cheer against you, but honestly, you just gotta shake it off because at the end of the day, you still have a set to win. Besides, everyone here is homies, and I know that when I need it, they'll be cheering for me. Anyways, I was able to finish up that last stock against Satchel and take the set 2-0. GG's Satchel. Next set was one that I was really excited for. I had to fight number 3 on the North Carolina PR, Siddward. Siddward is a really good Luigi who's one of the better known North Carolina players, due to the fact that he's really good, plays Luigi, and also enters a ton of online tournaments. We played in tournament before, and he beat me 3-0, but man, it had felt so doable. Luckily, Siddward let me hit him up online for some net play practice, so I felt really confident going into this set. Luigi is one of those characters that thrives when you panic and make bad decisions. I think just being aware of Luigi's limitations and how my needles can really help me in the matchup are the 2 main things I'm paying attention to when I'm playing someone like Siddward. And then it happened. We were on last stock and I took the first game. I popped off a little bit because in my head, the possibility of beating Siddward just became a reality. Getting this win under my belt would mean a lot for getting into the PR, so I knew I had to buckle down and get it done. I grabbed my phone and loaded up my next song to prepare for what came next. We went into game 2 and I decided to do everything exactly the same. I wasn't sure how much Siddward was going to adapt to me for game 2, but if it did become a problem, I knew I had game 3 to fix things up. I feel like just sticking to a game plan, no matter how simple, can really elevate your gameplay. And after doing all of that, I knocked Siddward off stage and then he SD'd. A little anticlimactic, but I was so happy. I got my PR win and I was ready to move on in the bracket. GG's Siddward. Coming up next, I was going up against Simmons. Ranked number 7 in the state, Simmons is a Captain Falcon main, and this is not the first time that we've played. I picked up a win on Simmons at a regional last season, and then this season we ran into each other at the major tournament Tipped Off, and he beat me pretty bad there, and so while I have beaten him before, I was a little nervous going into this set. Things were looking pretty good for me as I cleaned up the first game with a 2-stock, but then things started looking worse when Simmons took the next 2 games really confidently. Sometimes when someone completely adapts to you after the first game, it can be really hard to make a comeback against them. But here we were in game 4, both of us on our last stock, and then this happened. See, I told you they'd cheer for me eventually. I was so shocked I didn't know what to do, but I did my best to compose myself and get ready for game 5. Simmons picked FD, which is definitely a good stage for him in this matchup because I love platforms. We were pretty much neck and neck the whole time, but I did find a few spots to sneak in some awesome combos.
Oh, that one's going on the TikTok! For 10 years! Go Matt! 10 years! Go Matt!
Unfortunately, I couldn't keep it up forever. We were both on last stock and Simmons got the better of me. I'll get you next time. GG, Simmons.
That was so. That was a set. Like that's what we should have had tipped off. Yeah.
That was good. Fucking bracket.
Good games, dude.
And then it was me and Zimberfizz in the losers bracket. Even though at this point I beaten Zimberfizz twice, it was definitely not an easy task. Sometimes fighting Samus can feel like fighting a brick wall, and Zimberfizz is really good at being a brick wall. That being said, things are going good for me. I took the first game pretty easily, but it all started to go downhill from here. Zimberfizz took game after game, and I just couldn't keep up. He adapted to me and I couldn't figure him out. If I had to lose, I might as well look cool while doing it though, right? Man, I love playing Zelda. Anyways, Zimberfizz won the set 3-1, ending my run at 5th place. GG's Zimberfizz. This tournament was a ton of fun and I can't wait to go to my next one. And let me know what you want to see from my point of view camera as well. And that's why... Oh wait, that doesn't really work on YouTube. Anyways, bye guys.